Hello, I am Brandon, and welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking you through how to use the Photoshop app on the iPad, and also just the basics, really, in this video. In future videos, I'll go into feature by feature, but this is just a general overview of Photoshop. So just a bit of background on what I'm running here. It's a iPad Air third generation with Apple Pencil. I'm also running the latest beta of iOS 14, as you can see here. This is not publicly released yet, but the app down here is available on the App Store, and it's the same on iOS 13 as well. So what you're seeing here, you'll see in iOS 13 as well. If we do encounter any problems, that's because of the beta, but I have done some tests before this, and it should be running fine. So this, as you saw here, this is the app. So it's got the same icon as the desktop. So on here, we open up with the home page, just as the desktop one does as well. On here, we've got a few other options. So we've got a Learn tab. So this is all about how to use the different features of Photoshop, some inspiration, videos and examples from artists that Adobe have worked with. When you come down here, we have Cloud Documents. So this is the Adobe Cloud. So this is everything that's in your cloud. So these same files are on my Photoshop app on the desktop as well, because they are synced through eCloud. Then next here is the deleted. I've got not much deleted, but this is where all your deleted projects are. So if you do delete one by mistake, they will be here first, and then you can permanently delete or restore. Down here we have Create New, so it gives you the same. It's a little bit watered down in the desktop version, but obviously you're working on a smaller screen. So this is the same templates that you get on the desktop. And then on here you can change the pixels, the size, resolution, orientation, and the background color. Then on this side we have just a little thing to say that we're online to the cloud. This will have an X through it if you're disconnected, so if you have any cloud problems you can highlight exactly if you're online or offline here. And we also have settings, so we can make it a light theme or use the system settings. So I've got dark mode on, so we'll put dark mode onto the app. So in this part of the settings is where you will basically change all your Apple Pencil settings. So you can have pressure sensitivity here. This is for touch. So we have the touch shortcut, which you'll see in a minute. It's a stylus only painting, so this means that when I move the canvas with my finger, I won't be accidentally painting anything. So the only time the brush will paint on the canvas is when I use my Apple Pencil. It's really, really, really useful to avoid any mistakes if you're touching the canvas or anything like that. The iPad has a really, really good system in terms of palm rejection, so it rarely happens anyway, but just in case you move the canvas with your finger, pinch or zoom, and you draw, you can just undo it, but it makes it even quicker by just not allowing any finger input at all. So that is a really good feature on here. And last but not least is keyboard, so you can see all the keyboard shortcuts. I don't have a keyboard connected to this, so I haven't really used these, but seeing YouTube videos and seeing different people use them, you can quite easily use keyboard shortcuts. The only problem is do make sure you research, because if you have a keyboard on your iPad, some of the shortcuts on the iPad are different for the same features on the desktop, and that's a lot of people's main upset. So, you know, doing a thing like summoning the brushes or changing the shapes or any settings like that, then to bring them up using just the keyboard with keyboard shortcuts. It's not the keyboard shortcuts like on the desktop, so make sure you do your research, but it is pretty simple. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a new document here. So I'm just going to have a square. We will call this test. Pixels, yeah, we want pixels. We'll keep that like that. We'll have a white background. And then we just click create here. And it's really that simple. It's really quick, really nice and easy to use. To change the size of the thing and zoom in, you just pinch and zoom. Really nice and easy. Down here, as you can see, like the overall layout is very similar to the desktop. Obviously, it hasn't got everything the desktop has, but the things it does have are in the spaces where they are on the desktop. So here we have the pan option. Let me just get that back in there. Or I could just click undo. There you go. You've got the transform options. You've got the lasso. You've got the brushes, the eraser, the fill. You've got the healing brush, healing tools. You can crop really easily on here. Something that is notoriously hard on the desktop. Really nice and easy there, which is amazing. So I'm going to go on the brush here, and then on this side we can see the layers. So on the iPad it has a new layer tool. So any different layers. So if I had a new layer, your layers are here and they're really easy to navigate around. You can go more in depth by clicking the one below and it gives you the desktop version. But I quite like this. It's really nice and out of the way. Nice little animation there. Really easy and fluid. You then click these maneuvering buttons and this is how you change the layer settings. Sorry, my mind went completely blank. So I'll just draw something here. Hello. Let's increase that a bit. Hello. Just draw around. And then when we go into the settings, you can see that you could change this. You can change the blend mode. What I like about this is it also gives you kind of a preview of what you are going to do to your image. Obviously, through learning and through using Photoshop, I know what all of these will do. But if you're new to Photoshop, it's good to see a little preview of, oh, so this is what it's going to do to my image. So that's quite a nice thing there that you don't see on the desktop. Here you have effects. Effects aren't actually supported. They are coming. Adobe have promised them, but this is where effects will be. Smart filters are the same as effects, so these will come. These are just placeholders to show you where to expect them. And dimensions, so this is the size of your canvas, or your layer, sorry. So that is usable and that is there. So here, the underneath here, you saw me use that before, so that is just to add a quick layer. You can hold it down and then have a selection of different layer types. The eye is exactly what it says. It hides the layer that you're using. This gives you, similar to the desktop, it gives you an effects layer. So this, you could just add effects to this layer and it will affect this layer. This one changes the parent layers. So you can make this a baby layer, you can make it a parent layer, so on and so forth. Then this one is your filters and adjustments. So I can make this filter have a Gaussian blur on it. So it's really nice and simple. And as you can see, it's very responsive. A lot of people were worried about the iPad not being able to handle this. And this is not even a Pro, this is an iPad Air. And it's running really fast, really smoothly. I've had no issues with it. I use it quite often in conjunction with the desktop app, and it works really fluidly. So, and then the last setting we have here is these three dots, and then this is everything. So here you have lock layer, delete layer, rename layer, and clip adjustment. You then have multi-select, duplicate, cut, copy, paste, select, merge, and obviously all the features that you would be comfortable with on the desktop. So that is a basic overview, but there is one more thing that is only on the iPad, which is really interesting. So on here, let me try and get rid of some of these, like so. So on the iPad, we have a little thing here, like this little spot. So when you click this, I can have a second colour there. So when I'm drawing, it can be like hello, and then midway through I might want to erase it, but it's not to change it just saves time, so you don't have to be like this and then select the eraser and then erase away. So you could be doing this and then it's like, oh, it kind of went a bit wrong. Let me just click this, and then you hold your finger on it and then you can erase away. I find this really useful. When I saw people online testing this, I was a bit worried. I thought it'd be a bit complex to use. Not at all. It is super easy to use, and yeah, it's become really handy, and it just shows how useful Photoshop can be on an iPad rather than a desktop, because you're able to really delve into your work. You can hold down one button and you can do this and you can draw, and you can't get that level of connection with the desktop app because you don't have that touch surface. So obviously the desktop can have much more richer features, so all the really complex features are on the desktop, but you get stuff like this neat tricks where it's a great tool to use with the desktop. If you're just someone who wants to edit and play around, then having just the iPad version is great. But if you're a professional and you use Photoshop on a daily basis like me, and like many others, it's good, but it's good to have with the desktop version. So don't download Photoshop for iPad and think it's going to have everything the desktop does. It doesn't, but it's not really designed to. Some things are built for the desktop and some things are built for the iPad. And I feel it's obviously, like some of the features, there's still a few missing, but they will come. It's still quite a relatively new app. Photoshop is quite an old system. It's been around for decades. So the iPad is only, it's been less than a year. So the Photoshop app will get better over time, but it's definitely a great app to use. Thank you for watching this video. This is just a basic overview of Photoshop for iPad. If you want to see any specific videos in the future, do let me know and comment below. If you like the video, then like it, subscribe to the channel. There are lots more videos coming. I did a video about the Big Sur design, which has been a big topic of discussion ever since WWDC last month, or not last month, this month. No, it is last month. Yep. Oh my goodness. Lockdown and quarantine really plays with your mind, I think. A month ago. So go and check out that video, and I will do some more videos about specific things and really using and putting Photoshop on the iPad to the test. So until next time, thank you very much and have a great day.